Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are continuing from where we stopped in the previous lesson. And in this lesson, we will look at lesson number 10 or lesson number 30. It depends on the type of the edition of book that you are using. If you are using the edition that is in 7 volumes, the edition that has 7 volumes, volume 1 up to volume 7, then this is lesson number 10 of the book 5. But if you are the one who's using the edition which has the 3 books, there's one edition which just have 3 volumes, book 1, book 2, book 3. So if you are using that edition, then this is lesson number 30 of the book 2. I hope that is clear. So regardless, both have the same information. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to be looking at dual. The lesson is focused on dual. Oh, that is clear. Dual. You know, sometimes we don't use the dual frequently, and so sometimes we get to forget how they are being used. They are the verbs as well as their nouns, how they are conjugated. And so the author, very beautiful, he brought this lesson to just to do a brief recap of what we have learned about the duals, dual verbs and dual nouns. When the noun is dual and when verbs are dual, how do you conjugate them? So this passage, what we are going to be learning here is just going to be focused on that. And alhamdulillah, there's no new, there isn't much new things here. It's just what we have done previously, but he just brought them together for us to revise them. So he began by saying that yakifu bil babi fatayan. There are 2 young men who are standing by the door. Yakifu bil bab, at the door, standing at the door. Fatayan is 2 young men. So the mudarris, the teacher, he says that udkhula, enter. So the singular is udkhul, enter. But if when they are dual, you see udkhula. So he's commanding them, the 2 of them. Udkhula. Man antuma, who are you 2? Who are you, these 2? He's asking them. Ahaduhuma, one of them replied, Nahnu talibani jadidani. We are 2 new students. Talibani jadidani, 2 new students. And mudarrisu, the teacher says, Marhaban bikuma. You are welcome, both of you. Min aina antuma. Where are you from? Huwa, the one who spoke, he says, Nahnu min as-Sin. We are from China. So you see them here. One of them is saying we are from China. And mudarrisu, the teacher now says, Mata wasaltuma ila al-Madinah al-Munawwara. When did you arrive to Madinah al-Munawwara? So mata wasaltuma. I hope that is clear. If it is singular, you just say mata wasalta. When did you arrive? But of course, dual should use a dual pronoun. So mata wasaltuma. He replied by saying that wasalna ams. We arrived yesterday. Al-Mudarris, the teacher now says, Ataw amani antuma. Are you both twins? The noun is taw amun, which means a twin. Oh, that is clear. This one, taw amun. You see it. Taw amun means a twin. Okay, twin. When there are 2, you see taw amani, 2 twins. 2 twins, rather they were born at the same time from the same mother. So that's what he's saying. Ataw amani antuma. Are you both twins? Huwa, he replied by saying that Naam, yes. Wa kayfa arafta zalika ya ustaz. And how do you know that? How do you identify that, oh ustaz? The mudarris, he says that araftu min ash-shabahi alladhi baynakuma. I knew or I identified by or from the shabah. Shabahun means shabahun. This noun here is, the actual noun is shabahun, which means similarity between 2 things. Or that is called similarity. Or that is called. So araftu min ash-shabahi alladhi baynakuma. I knew or I identified by the similarities between the 2 of you. Ma asma'ukuma. What are your names? What are your names? So this is there's something here that we are learning. Ma asma'ukuma. What are your names? So you don't, when you are using, you see there are 2 people. So when you are addressing 2 people and you are asking them about their things, for example, the 2 people are holding their books. And so you are going to ask for their books. You don't say ma kitabani kuma. You don't do that. So if you are addressing 2 people and you are asking them for their 2 things, each of them one then you are asking for it. So let's say I have two brothers here in front of me. Okay, so I'm asking them, where are your books or where are your pens? Each of them has one pen, so I'm going to ask for those two pens from each of them. So I'll say, Aina kalamakuma, Aina aklamakuma. I hope that is clear. So I'll say, Aina aklamakuma. So you have to use the plural when you are addressing two people and you are asking for something, or you are talking about two things for belonging to two people. You don't use the dual form of the noun and now use a dual pronoun. I hope that is clear. You don't use the dual form of the noun and then a dual pronoun. So you can say Aina kalamani kuma or Aina kitabani kuma. We don't do that. You have to use the plural of the noun. Then you now use a dual pronoun, which will be understood as, where are your two books? Be matter one for each of you. I hope that is clear. Okay, so ma asma ukuma. Where are you? What are your two names? Okay, what are your two names? Huwa, he replied by saying that Ismil Hassan. My name is Hassan. Wa akhismuhul Hussein. And my brother, his name is Hussein. Al-Mudarris, the teacher now says, Alakuma ihwatun wa akhawatun. Do you have brothers and sisters? Al-Hassan, the one who is Hassan, replied, Nam, yes. Lana akhawani. We have two brothers. Akhun is a brother. Akhawani, two brothers. Wa ukhtani, and two sisters. Ukhtun is a sister, two is ukhtani. Ammal akhawani. As for the two brothers, فَيَعْمَلَانِ فِي مَكْتَبِ خُطُوطٍ جَوِّيَّةٍ. They work. Ya'malani, both of them, they work. So ya'malu is the noun. Yes, is the verb. Ya'malu is the verb, fi'l al-mudari'. But when they are two, you say ya'malani. So yazhabani, they are going, both of them two. Yajlisani, both of them, they are sitting two. So the same way, ya'malani, both of them, they are working. So he's saying that for ya'malani, they are working fi maktabi khututin jawiyya, in the airline office. Airline office. Maktab actually means office. Hope that is clear. So maktab is office. So khututun jawiyya. Khututun is from khatun. Khatun means line. And jawiyya, it means air. So we say airline office. Hope that is clear. Waqad darasa. And both of them, they have studied. So you see here, darasa, we have seen how to conjugate fi'l al-madi for dual. Okay, when there are two, you say zahaba instead of zahaba. Zahaba means one, he went. But when there are two, zahaba, oh, that is clear. Jalasa, both of them has sat. Qama, both of them has stood up. Oh, that is clear. Darasa, both of them studied. So that's what he's saying. وَقَدْ دَرَسَا فِي مَعْهَدِ اللُّغَةِ هَذَا قَبْلَ سَنَوَاتٍ. And they have certainly studied. There's no doubt about it. They have studied. فِي مَعْهَدِ اللُّغَةِ هَذَا. In this specific, this Institute of Language, Qabla Sanawat, years ago, these our two brothers, they were also in this particular Institute of Arabic Language. They were studying here, just like we are studying now. Wa ammal ukhtani, and as for the two sisters, fatadrusani fil madrasati sanawiyya. For them, they are studying in tadrusani. They are studying fil madrasati sanawiyya, in secondary school. Okay. So we know how this verb is conjugated. When there are two male, you say yadrusani, but when they are females, tadrusani. Okay. كانت لنا أختان أخريان. We used to have two other sisters. أختان أخريان, two other sisters we used to have. ماتتا في الصغر. They died in صغر, in young age. Okay, I hope that is clear. So matata, the actual verb is mata, means one person died, male. But when it is female, you say matat. I hope that is clear. So that's what happens. You see what? When it is a female, you see what? Ma tat. Ma tat. A male, you say mata. A female, you say matat. You can remember Zahabat, Jalasat. So the same way you say matat, she died. But when they are dual, you have to add that alif. So you see what? Matata, you give you a fatha. Matata. So that is what he's saying. So the same way, when there are two, and then the verb, when there are two males, you just add alif. So example, zahaba, both of them went. But when there are females, two, still dual. But there are females, you now see zahabata, jalasata. Because there's, if you look at the singular feminine, you can see that ta at ta'anis, zahabat, jalasat, komat. So that ta, when you are adding alif to it, it will be zahabata, jalasata, in that other. So that is what we have here. Matata. Okay, matata fi sigar. They died in young age. Al-Mudarrisu, the teacher now says, في أي كلية تريدان أن تدرسا بعد دراسة اللغة العربية. في أي كلية, in which faculty or in which college تريدان, do both of you want أن تدرسا, to study بعد دراسة اللغة العربية, after the study of Arabic language. So see here, an tadrusa, it is actually tadrusani, but because of this an, which is a half a nasb, I hope that is clear. When it comes, it makes the fi'l mudari mansub. So mansub, the noon will be removed. Mansub bi hasfin noon. You can remember when they are dual and there is mansub or even majzum, the noon will be removed. That is hasfin noon. Hope that is clear. Because the noon is what indicates that it is marfu. So if it is no more marfu, the noon should be removed. Hope that is clear. Okay, Al-Hussein now says, Uridu an adrusa bi kulliyati sharia. I want to study in the faculty of Sharia, Islamic law. Amma Hassan, as for Hassan, fayuridu an yadrusa bi kulliyati al-Quran al-Karim. As for Hassan, he wants to study in the faculty of Quran al-Karim, of the Noble Quran. Al-Mudarrisu, the teacher says, Waffaqakum Allah. May Allah grant both of you tawfiq. And tawfiq is success. How that is clear. Waffaqakum Allah. May Allah grant both of you success. Waffaqa yuwaffiqu is to grant success. How that is clear. So Al-Hasan now says, Nuridu an nazhaba ila al-muraqib. We want to go to the supervisor. Muraqib is the supervisor. Okay, the verb is raqaba yuraqibu. It means to inspect, to monitor something. Oh, that is clear. That is, from it we have muraqib, the supervisor or the inspector. Oh, that is clear. Al-Mudarris, the teacher now says, La tazhaba ilayhi al-an. Don't go to him now. So la tazhaba, singular is tazhab, la tazhab. Oh, that is clear. So see something. The verb is actual like this. This is actual like this. See, tazha bani. So see, does ha bani, does ha bani, like this, just actually does ha bani. So when this la and nahiya comes, when it comes, you can remember la and nahiya. When it comes, it makes the fi'l mudari majzum. Example, huwa yazhab. So if I want to say don't go or anta tazhab, if I want to say don't go, I'll say la tazhab, la tajlis. You can see the end is kun. So when it comes, it makes the fi'l mudari majzum. Most of the time, especially when it is singular, majzum biskun. But here, tazhabani, this noon here, the function of the noon is that it is to indicate that it is marfu. There's no dhamma here which indicates that it is marfu. The noon is what indicates that it is marfu. So if this should come and it is no more marfu but now majroor, then the noon should be removed. So from it we now have la tazhaba, and that is what you are seeing here. La tazhaba ilayhi al-an. Don't go to him now. فَإِنَّهُ مَشْغُولٌ, for indeed he is the one who is busy. يُمْكِنُكُمَا أَن تَذْهَبَ إِلَيْهِ بَعْدَ إِنْتِهَاءِ الْحِصَّةِ. يُمْكِنُكُمَا, it is possible for you, أَن تَذْهَبَ إِلَيْهِ, to go to him, بَعْدَ إِنْتِهَاءِ الْحِصَّةِ, at the or after the end of the session. Intiha, end of something. From it, intaha yantahi. Intiha is the now end or finishing. Al-hissa is session. Okay, session. So after the end of the session. meaning he's in a class session or something. اذهب الآن إلى المكتبة. Go now to the maktaba, the library. وخذها and take. So even command, when you are commanding someone, if you are commanding someone, for example, singular, you say ijlis, but when they are plural, you say ijlisa, sit. Okay, izhaba, when there are two. So Allah told Musa and then Harun alayhi salatu wassalam, izhaba ila fir'aun. You both of you go to Fir'aun. So that is it. Izhab, singular person, go. But when there are two, izhaba, go. Similar thing, khuz, one person take. But when there are two, khuza, take, both of you. So khuza al-kutub al-muqarrana, and take the prescribed books. So izhab al-an ila al-maktabati wa khuza al-kutub al-muqarrara, and take the prescribed books. Muqarrara bimana something prescribed. What is the one which is known to be done. So for example, if you are coming to this madrasa, you know they said they were new students in the Jamia, so they are prescribed books that they will be using. So that's what he's referring to. They should go and take that prescribed books. Muqarrara, prescribed. I hope that is clear. Okay. Now we have here Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyah, that we should answer the following questions. And of course, these questions are relating to the dialogue that we have just read. So let's answer them. Okay. The first one, Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyah, we should answer the following questions. Manil fatayan, who are those two young men? Manil fatayan. So how do we say? We can say that they are new students. So we say huma tolibani jadidani. Huma tolibani jadidani. They are two new students. Ma asma'uhuma. What are their names? Ma asma'uhuma. What are their names? So how do we answer? We can say ahaduhuma al-Hasan wal akharu al-Hussein. One of them is Hassan and the other is Hussein. Now, min aina huma. Where are they from? So you can say huma min as-Sin. They are from China. Of course, we have seen this. Kam akhan wa ukhtan lahuma. How many brothers and sisters do they have? So we say lahuma akhawani wa ukhtani. Lahuma akhawani wa ukhtani. They have two brothers and two sisters. Now the fifth question. Fi ayyi kulliyatin yuridani an yadrusa. In which faculty do they both want to study? So what do we see? We say Ammal Hassan. As for Hassan, you can remember he was the one who said he wants to study in Quran. Oh, that is clear. So Ammal Hassan fayuridu an yadrusa bi kulliyatil Quran. Oh, that is clear. Hassan wants to study in the faculty of Quran. Wa ammal Hussein fayuridu an yadrusa bi kulliyati Sharia. As for Hussein, he wants to study in the faculty of Sharia. Now let's look at the second exercise. They say ضعف الفراغ في كل جملة مما يأتي الفعل ذهب بمعنى فعل الماضي, and that is ذهب. Okay, بعد إسناده إلى الضمائر المناسب. Okay, إلى الضمير المناسب. So this ذهب, there's a verb here, فعل الماضي, which is a فعل الماضي. Of course, ذهب here has been given to us. So ضعف الفراغ, we should place in the empty spaces في كل جملة مما يأتي, in all the sentences that follows ذهب. We are going to put zahaba in it. بعد إسناده إلى الضمير المناسب. So we are going to conjugate it to the domir, the appropriate domir munasib, the suitable domir. So we should read the sentence, put zahaba there, but we should make sure that it fits the pronoun which it is referring to. So that's what they are telling us. So aina Halidun wa Hamidun. Where is Khalid and Hamid? So we should use zahaba, and there, you can see there are two. So we will say what? Zahaba, of course. We will say zahaba. We have to make it dual. Zahaba, add alif to it. All that is clear. Okay. So we say zahaba ila al-maktab. Ila al-maktabati. They went to the library. Now, aina Aminatu wa ukhtuha. Where is Amina and her sister? How do we answer this? Amina and her sister. You can remember, as I said, that when they are both female, the dual, they are females, the ta at ta'nis, it will be heard in the pronunciation. So instead of zahaba, I will say zahabata. I hope that is clear. Jalasa, both of them sat males. But when they are females and they are two, you say what? Jalasata, the ta will be heard. And because of the ta'nis in the singular, so if you add the alif, it will be heard in pronunciation. So I'll say what? Zahabata. إلى المستشفى لإيادة أمهما, to visit their mother. Okay, now أين أمسي يا أخوان. You can see أخوان is two males, my two brothers, أخوان, two brothers. So you see what? أين ذهبتما, أين ذهبتما يا أخواني. Okay, now here إلى الطبيبة يا بنتاني. So you also see what? ذهبتما, of course. ذهبتما could be for, it could be for both male, dual male and then dual female. ذهبتما, when you are referring, when they are just standing in front of you, they are the muhatab. Okay, you are referring to them and they are just standing in front of you, the two of them. Oh, that is clear. So you see, aina ذهبتما, and that will be for both male and female. So here and here we have the same answer. Aina ذهبتما ya akhawan, aina ذهبتما ya bintan. Oh, that is clear. Okay, because this tuma, the tuma is for both male and female. That pronoun is for both male, masculine and feminine. Okay, now we have ضع في الفراغ في كل جملة مما يأتي الفعل يذهب. So we're now going to do it, but it is now going to be al-mudari. I hope that is clear. Okay, so let's do it. The first one is Ahmadu wa Ibrahimu. So يذهب, we should try to put يذهب here. إلى الملعب كل يوم. So what should we put there? There are two and they are males. So you see يذهباني. So you say يذهبان, you have to use يذهباني instead of يذهب because there are two. So يذهباني إلى الملعب كل يوم. They go to the stadium every day. Now أين, then we put يا ولداني. You can see there are two. So you say what? تذهباني. They are just in front of you. So that's why we are saying ya. But you can't use ya for someone who is not present. All that is clear. So aina tazhabani. So here is yazhabani. You are talking to people who are absent, but here they are just in front of you. You are addressing them. So you see aina tazhabani ya, instead of yazhabani, tazhabani ya waladani. I hope that is clear. Okay, now the next one, at-talibatani jadidatani, then ila al-musalla. So here they are also ghaib, but they are two, but they are females. So when they are females, you have to use tazhab. You don't use yazhab for them. So you see tazhabani, even though they are absent. The feminine ghaib is similar to the masculine muhatab. How that is clear? Masculine muhatab and then the feminine ghaiba. They are similar things. So that is what happens. So you have to use tazhabani here. So you see at-talibatani jadidatani tazhabani ila al-musalla. Then here mata ila al-solidariyati ya ukhtani. So they are just in front of you. The same thing, we use the same thing, tazhabani. So when there is absent, two females absent and two females present in front of you and you are addressing them, they are both using tazhabani, whether present or absent. So if I'm talking about two girls who are not here, I'll say tazhabani, they went. But if they are also here and two people are here, two girls are here and I'm addressing them, I'll still use tazhabani. I'll say, I can say antuma tazhabani ila kaza wa kaza. Both of you are going to so and so. I hope that is clear. So the two female, the dual for female, present or absent, they use the same they have the same verbs, and I think this is not something new. We have already studied conjugation of verbs for all the pronouns. So this is just a brief recap. Now we have the fourth exercise. ضع في الفراغ في كل جملة مما يأتي فعل الأمر. So we are not going to do for فعل الأمر. Okay. يا أخواني or two brothers إلى المسجد الآن. We are commanding them to go. So you see izhaba, simple. Izhab is for one, but izhaba is for two. Then the same way, whether if you are commanding whether male or female, we use the same command for both males and females. So note that whether we are commanding the dual, I'm talking about the dual. When you are commanding two males and you are commanding two females, it's the same amr that we use. So you see izhaba, ya akhawani izhaba ila al-masjid al-an, ya bintani izhaba, still izhaba. I hope that is clear. Okay, izhaba ila al-maktab al-mudir. Now let's look at the fifth one. It says that أمام كل جملة مما يأتي فعل مضارع مرفوع. In front of all the following sentences that follows, فعل مضارع مرفوع. They say فعل مضارع, a past tense, a present tense verb which is مرفوع. So you can see them, they are مرفوع. أكمل به الجملة بعد تغيير ما يلزم. أكمل به الجملة جملة. Complete by means of it the sentence. بعد تغيير ما يلزم. After changing what is necessary. That's what he says. So we should take this one, change it to change what is necessary there, and then use it to fill the spaces. So yuridani an yazhaba. Here, remember something, as I said, the noon in the dual. When you have dual nouns, fi'l mudari, they mostly end with noon, especially those with the af'al al-khamsa. For the af'al al-khamsa, they end with noon. So that noon, what happens is that the noon is for alamatul raf, is to indicate that the verb is marfu. But when the verb is no more marfu, it is now mansub or majrur, the noon will be removed. So the noon is for the subut noon. The alamatul raf is the subut noon. The sign of the marfu is subut noon, is the noon there. You will see dhamma. But when it is no more marfu, remove the noon. So if you bring an or lan or lam, all this adawat, which is marfu, which is jazim or nasib, you have to remove the noon. That's simply what you have to bear in mind. Okay, like we have seen before. So yuridani an, if you just add an, it is a harful what? Harful nasib. It makes fi'l mudari mansub. So of course the noon will be removed. So yuridani an yazhaba ila al-mahja. They want to go to the hostel or the dormitory. So yuridani an yal'aba kurata sallati. Handball. They want to play handball. Yuridani an yashraba al-kahwata. So yuridani an yashraba al-kahwata. They want to drink kahwa, the coffee. Yuridani an yasma'a al-akhbar. They want to hear the news of that is clear. So in all, the noon will drop because of this an. And when an comes, the fi'l mudari muthanna, the noon will remove, because this an is a harf nasb. And not only that one, even lan, okay, and even lam also, when they come, whether majzum or mansub, the noon will be removed. Okay, so yuridani an yashraba. Now here yuridani an yasma'a al-akhbara. So in writing you see it like that, yasma'a al-akhbara. But in speaking we don't see that. You just say yuridani an yasma'a al-akhbara. Okay, yuridani an yajlisa amam al-mudarrisi. I hope that is clear. They want to sit in front of the mudarris. Okay, now let's look at this one, the sixth one. أكمل كل جملة مما يأتي بضمير مناسب. You should complete the sentences that follows بضمير مناسب, with appropriate or suitable pronouns. Okay, so here we have, as you can see here, أرأيت الطالبين الجديدين. Have you seen the two new students? So what will you see? Naam, yes. Ra'aytu huma. We just add huma. Ra'aytu huma. I saw them. Add the two pronoun for two people. And as I said, that it will be the same for both males and females. Akara'ta hatayn al-majallatayn. Have you read these two magazines? Naam. You see what? Qara'tu huma. Okay. Qala al-mudarrisu li Hamidin wa sadiqihi. Ra'aytu kuma. I saw you. You are referring to the muhatab, those who are addressing in front of you. So you use kuma, not huma. Huma is for absent. It goes absent. But those in front of you, when you are addressing them, ra'aytu kuma. I saw you. You two people. I saw you. Ra'aytu kuma fil masjid al-bariha. I saw you in the masjid last night. Qalatil mudiratu li Zainaba wa Maryama. The mudira, the female head teacher, he said to Zainab and Maryam, Uridu an as'ala kuma. Kuma is for both males, two males, and it's the same for both two females also. That pronoun kuma, and even huma is for two. Huma is for two males, absent and 2 females also absent. And kuma is for 2 males present and also for 2 females present. Okay. So أريد أن أسألكما عن بلدنا. I want to ask you about a city. Okay. Now let's look at this one. It says that أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. We should answer the following questions. Okay. متى خرج أحمد وأخوه من الفصل? When did Ahmad and his brother left the classroom? So kharaja, you can see both of them, they are 2 people, Ahmad and his brother. So you have to say kharaja. You can say kharaja, he left, but kharaja, 2 of them, they left. So you can say kharaja بعد خروج المدرس أو بعد انتهاء الحصة. بعد انتهاء الحصة, after the end of the lesson. متى ذهبتما إلى مكة? When did both of you, these two, you two, متى ذهبتما? When did both of you went to Makkah? So you can say ذهبنا when you are 2 and you are referring to yourself, 2 of you, and you are speaking in favor of the 2 of you, you can say ذهبنا. Hope that is clear. So you can say ذهبنا في أسبوع الماضي. Hope that is clear. ذهبنا في أسبوع الماضي أو ذهبنا قبل أسبوع. ماذا شربت زينب وسعاد? What did Zainab and Su'ad drank? So what will say? Sharibata, I've already explained. For the fi'l al-madi, when there are 2 females, the ta at the anis will be heard in the Quran. So sharibata al-kahwa. Oh, that is clear. Sharibata al-kahwata. Now, aina yadrusu Hamidun wa Khalidun? Where does Hamid and Khalid study? So you say what? Yadrusani, of course. يدرسان في المدينة المنورة أو يدرسان في أو بمدرسة الثانوية. They study in مدرسة الثانوية. Okay. ماذا تغسل آمنة وأمها? What is Amina and her mother washing? So you can see تغسلاني. I've said it. For the fellow Modore, you add alif and then noon, so taksilani. Hope that is clear. This taksilu, you add alif and noon, taksilani. Hope that is clear. So taksilani thiyab, taksilani thiyab. They are washing clothes. Now let's look at this table here, very important. Ta'ammal ma ya'ti. We should take notice of that which follows. Al-mudari al-marfu, when it is marfu, you can see the noon, subutun noon. This is, as I said, these are the af'al al-khamsa, which we have seen several times. Af'al al-khamsa. Hope that is clear. Now, al-mudari al-mansub, when they are mansub, the noon will drop. This noon is to show that it is marfu. The verbs which are ending like that, example, buna, ana, hope that is clear. Like here, yazhabani, yazhabuna, tazhabani, tazhabuna, tazhabina. If you look at the conjugation table, huwa, huma, hum, hunna, all this one, you see that 5 of those pronouns, we call them af'alul khamsa. Now, verbs that come for that 5 pronouns, they end with noon. They end with noon, and that noon is an alamatul raf. It's a sign of the verb being marfu. So when the verb is no more marfu, but it is mansub or majzum, the noon will drop. So when it is mansub or majzum, it will be the same thing. Like here, lan yazhaba, they will never go. Then the same way when it is lam, lan is for mansub. Lam gives the verb majrur. So when that happens, lam yazhaba. So lan and lam, they will both have the same effects. Yazhaba, yazhaba. How that is clear. The removal of the noon is what will be the consequence when it is mansub or majzum for nouns that verbs, failed mudari verbs that ends with noon. Okay, and that noon, we are not talking about noon for feminine. We are talking about noon that is an alamatul ma'raf. So yazhabani, yazhabuna, tazhabani, tazhabuna, nazhabi, tazhabina. These 5 af'alul khamsa, when they happened, that is what will be the consequence. Okay, so he says that hazihi here af'alul khamsa. These are the af'alul khamsa. I hope that is clear. So that is it. When it is masub, like something like land comes, and noon will go away. The same way when it is majrur, yes, majzum rather, not majrur. When it is majzum, all that is clear. When it is majzum by something like lam, the noon will drop again also. Okay, then we have here al-i'rab of al-khamsa. The i'rab of the af'al al-khamsa. Turfa'u bisubutin noon. They are marfu by the presence of the noon. Watunsabu watujzamu bihasfin noon. And they are mansub and majzum by the removal of the noon. I hope that is clear. And this brings us to the end of this particular lesson. Jazakum Allahu Khairan. As I said, this lesson, that's just all for the lesson. The lesson is not that long compared to the other lessons. And we have one more lesson, okay, to complete this book. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم من آياته والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.